And in the by-elections, it even went further down. So there's poor representation in parliament, there's lack of adherence to gender equality principles in internal political party processes. So that's, I think, where one of the main barrier is at nomination and at the nomination stage. You'll see the statistics of how many women political parties fielded in the past by-elections. Women's participation is very low. So looking at the statistics in the last by-elections, there were 28 constituencies that were open. Number of candidates for the 28 constituencies was 118. Of the 118, 102 were male and 16 were women. And you will look at the parties, there's no party that fielded more than 5. CCC fielded 3 females out of 25. ZANU-PF had 23 candidates and 5 were women. Which is a prominent party? MDCT. Is it MDC or MDCT? Where are we? Whatever. Yes. They had 25. They fielded 23 male and 2 women. So if you look at those statistics, it's a tough place. It shows how women's participation is really, really low. In terms of the results, we say there were 28 parliamentary seats last week. 16 females participated. Out of the 16 female candidates, only 5 female candidates were elected to parliament, against 23 males who were elected. So already you see the statistics, you see the situation, and at this point you then begin to see the problem lies with political parties. Of course, there are a whole lot of problems, but the main problem lies with political parties. Because in Zimbabwe at the moment, people are voting not because it's a woman or because it's a man. People are voting because of political party. So if CCC feels a woman, like for example, Kwekwe constituency, you know, it's a very hotbed, it's a very tough place, a woman one, not mostly because of the party. So if we acknowledge that political participation of women is based on the political parties then bear a greater responsibility to ensure that apparently they do have quota systems within their parties, but they are not implementing that. We intend to support all women to participate in leadership and decision making before, during and after elections. We support the drafting and implementation of legal and policy reforms that are guided by Section 17 of the Constitution that says there has to be 50-50 gender balance. And we also support galvanizing women through movement building and increasing gender balance of women's representation and coverage and portrayal in the media. Hence, we are here today. We're also working with the National Peace and Reconciliation. At the moment, they are working on developing a 2023 strategy for conflict election-related gender-based violence. As you know, our politics are very violent, and that's one of the major things why women are not able to participate, because they're afraid of the violence. Even in the by-elections, there were a lot of reports where candidates, I think was it in Toloto, Mad South, there's a female candidate was actually beaten up. So we are working on on violence against women in politics, and also we advocate for the implementation of gender-responsive provisions in the Constitution. As I said, our Constitution is brilliant. It has all those provisions, but what is lacking is implementation.